Ryan Anderson here, the driver of Son of a Digger, and you're watching Rod Rod's Championship League.
What's going on, everybody? Project Rod here. It is time for racing here in Stop 4 of Tour Violet in Colorado. Daniel, the Fireball Murray in Northern Nightmare, was the fastest qualifier, breaking that streak that Matt Johnson and Max D had, as he had to settle for third place today in qualifying. As we take a look at the leaderboards, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the overall leaderboards for the season, as there is an 11-point difference between Max D and Northern Nightmare now. So this is going to be reminiscent of Stop 4 of Tour Blue. So a lot of similarities here as we take a look at the Dubby racing bracket for today's competition. Northern Nightmare, Dragon, Max D, and Blue Thunder being the trucks getting a bye run into round 2. So it's going to be an interesting racing competition again here in Colorado. A very short track, a horseshoe style track, if you will. So it's going to be short but jam-packed with action. As we go ahead and get started with round 1, it's going to be Gravedigger versus Velociraptor, kind of fluffy, versus Ant 99. And let's see who's going to be the truck and driver to race the fastest qualifier in round 2. As they're coming to the first turn and the final turn, again, a very quick track. And it's now on to the straightaway. Who's going to make it to the finish first? It's going to be close. No, it's going to be Velociraptor. And Ant 99 making it to the finish first and getting that chance to raise the fastest qualifier. Here comes Avenger now into Cam Plays, getting a bye run again because of the drop of trucks. Sound like a broken record at this point. The drivers dropping out, causing the racing bracket to kind of allow this, if you will. So Avenger will get a bye run, and the next racer, which is going to be Alien Invasion, will get a bye run. So just getting familiar with the track, getting a time on the track, and that's going to be it for Avenger right there, 16.341. So he'll be moving on to race Dragon in round 2. And now MMJ Producer, the same thing, would have raced one of these other competitors, but unfortunately, because of the dropout, they are getting a bye run. So here we go, the final turn on the horseshoe. And it's time for the straightaway again. Just getting familiar with the track, getting some track time in. 16.051 for Alien Invasion. He'll be racing Max D in round 2. Here comes Nova Strider now in Crustacean, against Flames Plays in Pirate's Curse. And the Monster Lobster against the Pirate. I just love these matchups. We see a lot of it happening in Tour Blue. But here we go, Crustacean with the edge, and Nova Strider's going to take it all the way to the finish with a huge win over Pirate's Curse. So she'll be moving on to an interesting race as we take a look at the W Racing bracket for round 2. It's going to be Northern Nightmare against Velociraptor, Dragon against Avenger, Max D against Alien Invasion, and Blue Thunder against Crustacean, husband and wife. It's going to be a great race to see. So let's go ahead and get started with round 2, wasting no time, as we have our fastest qualifier, Daniel the Fireball Murray in Northern Nightmare against Ant 99 in Velociraptor. Can Daniel hang on, or will he lose it here? And will Velociraptor finally make it to the semifinal round for the first time? So here we go. Pretty easy turn, pretty even for both of these drivers. It's going to come down to the straightaway. And it's going to be a close one as they're getting there to the same time and nearly a photo finish. But it's going to be Northern Nightmare taking that win by just a couple milliseconds. And a great race so far here in round 2. Now Argonine 59 against Toucan Plays. Dragon against Avenger. Green against Green. Let's see what's going to happen. Who is going to raise Daniel the Fireball Murray in these semis? Dragon so far with a slight lead over Avenger, coming to the last turn first. It's going to come down to the straightaway. Dragon went a little wide. It's going to be a photo finish yet again. But it's going to be Dragon by 0.1 seconds, just under 0.1 seconds. And now it's going to be Matt Johnson and Max D versus M&J Producer in Alien Invasion. We've seen some close races so far in round 2. Is this trend gonna continue? Can Matt Johnson redeem himself here again? He has an undefeated streak in racing so far, but so far his fastest qualifying and his best streak has been broken, but he's gonna continue that racing streak with a victory over Alien Invasion. Unfortunate for him, but he'll be moving on. Max D will be moving on to round 2 or round 3. These semi. Stop the video. Here I am again, editing Rod once again, and I just wanted to say I was so excited to see this lineup here. Riley Strider against Nova Strider. We've gone 3 stops and none of these drivers have come close to coming to racing each other. And here we are in stop 4 where they get to race each other. So it's going to be very interesting to see, or at least I already know what's going to happen, but it was so exciting to see this race. I was just excited. I don't know. It's weird, whatever. Anyways, like the video, enjoy the video, and we'll see what happens. And it is time for the husband and wife matchup here in round 2. Will Riley Strider end up in the doghouse, or will Nova Strider come out on top and put a smackdown on her husband? It's going to be exciting to see. Again, these guys are a team, but it is a competition that they're both trying to win. It's down to the straightaway. I think Riley has the lead, and he does. He has a short advantage over Crush Station, and will take that win and move on to the semifinal round. So Riley, you better do a lot of apologizing here, as that was an interesting race to watch. Here we go, the W Racing bracket for the semifinal round. Northern Nightmare against Dragon, and Max D against Blue Thunder. And let's see what's going to happen. Semifinal round, we're flying through this racing competition. 3 more races before we see who's going to be the winner. And it's fastest qualifier against, who was he? The second fastest, fourth fastest qualifier, excuse me, of the day. Both of these guys have gone head to head, and both have been victorious over the other. But this is when it's going to count. This is when it's going to matter the most. And right there, Northern Nightmare, I believe he may have gone out of bounds even there too. Northern Nightmare at risk of a penalty, but either way, it's going to come down to the straightaway and another photo finish. But does Northern Nightmare have a penalty? And he does. They did give him a penalty. So what went wrong here? Right here, he's on top of that jump, way on the inside of that curve, and right here too, that one's very close. He may have been on top, may have been over, but regardless, he did get a penalty, and Dragon will be getting the win. But if you look at the times right here, Matt Johnson and Blue Thunder now gonna go off, or gonna race each other. Dragon still had the faster time with or without the penalty, so Dragon was the winner at the end. He got the photo finish win. But enough of that, let's go ahead and take a look at Matt Johnson and Max D against Riley Strider and Blue Thunder, as it's coming down to the straightaway. So who's gonna take the win and race Dragon in the final round? Another close photo finish, but it's going to be Max D and Matt Johnson taking the win. And no secret to anybody here. Again, Max D and Matt Johnson in the final round. Again, is going to be Dragon and Max D for the W Racing final. Again, be better with W Energy. Use code PROJECTRODROD to receive 10% off of your W Energy order at w.gg. Now let's get the final round of racing here in Colorado underway. Can Dragon break this streak after breaking the best trick streak in stop 3, or will Matt Johnson go 4 for 4 this season, something that has not been done yet? So here we go. Who is going to be the racing winner here in Colorado in stop 4? Tor Violet coming to the first turn. Dragon has a slight lead coming to the second turn. It still looks like Dragon has a slight lead, but it's going to come down to the straightaway. Can Max D pull out the horsepower? And he will, as it is a photo finish, but I believe Max D got in there first, excuse me, and he will go 4 for 4 this season. So Matt Johnson and Max D stays undefeated, getting his 4th racing win this season. A huge feat for Matt Johnson, and what a record to hold here this season. So this is the leaderboards for racing after it's all said and done. Matt Johnson on top once again. So a huge win for him, a great moment and a staple of history in this tour, as we took a look at the overall leaderboards right there, opening that gap between him and Northern Nightmare. So Northern Nightmare has a lot of ground to cover, but Dragon slowly chipping away and catching up. So it's going to be great to see how the rest of the competition unfolds, and Matt Johnson and Max D back on top for the overall event championship. A win only by 1 point, but still 1 point is all that it takes to take this win. So it's going to be huge to see what's going to happen going into Best Trick, which is the next competition. So be sure to hit that subscribe button for more Monster Jam action. Be sure to hit that like button, and we'll see you in Best Trick.